Hello and good to be with you for another edition of Take Two, and there's been plenty happening on our New South Wales provincial and country tracks over the past 7 days. On Monday, we headed up to the beautiful New England there at Tamworth, and on track for us were Ben Walker and Belinda Smith.
Tamworth Racing, Monday the 8th of September. We had beautiful conditions on track. We remained at a soft 5 throughout the afternoon, but all in all, this track played terrific.
Yeah, it did. Obviously, spring's upon us now. We're getting nicer days, longer days, a bit of sunshine. The track had plenty of work during that winter period, but it's bounced off that really well. And basically throughout the course of the day, horses had their chance wherever they were in the run.
Yep, we saw horses up on speed towards the fence. We saw a number of horses flash from back in the field, which is typically something you don't see often here at Tamworth when you're on the firmer side. But you like one in race 3.
Yeah, I do. A gelding by the name of Hinto. Now, he's had a bit of an interrupted preparation. He trialled up really well leading into his first trip to the races this preparation. He was scratched at the barriers, had to go back to the trials. He was a bit of a naughty boy again today, but he got in eventually, and I thought he was really brave here. He chased a hot speed. He was only gunned down late. I thought the effort had plenty of merit. You'll see him here in the green and white hoops.
Hinto went to Fast Blue. Down the outside, Brutal Elegance. Dodori threading through her. Out wide, Poker Prince. And down the outside's Little Fella. He's charging home, Little Fella. Hinto in front, Little Fella, Brutal Elegance and Poker Prince. Hinto and Brutal Elegance. Brutal Elegance got the bob in on the line, I'd say. Brutal Elegance from Hinto.
He was first up today, obviously, at 1,200 metres. All of his runs last prep were over shorter trips. And he ran well in some good 2-year-old races. So now that he's back for his 3-year-old campaign, he's had a positive experience at the races. I think Troy O'Neill can take him wherever he wants, basically over that 1,400 metre distance. And he'll be very, very hard to beat. That's Hinto. Your horse to follow comes up out of the following race, and it was a horror show.
It was. Things didn't go to plan today, but the stable have a really good opinion of Shotgun Bella. You'll spot her in the orange colours. Coming out of the gate, she was slow away. She musters in a nice position over the unsuitable 1,000-metre trip, and she gets decked at around the 500-metre mark. I thought she'd done an excellent job to finish where she did.
300 metres left to go. Ballyisle in front by a length and a half, almost maybe. Is trying to knuckle down on the outside. Waku, then extra in 10, and down the outside, Bo missed it. Ballyisle in front. Almost maybe's levelling up on the outside. Bo Mister flying home. Shotgun Bella dives back to the inside. Bo Mister on the outside dives. I reckon Bo Mister might have just won in a 4-way go. Almost maybe's there with Ballyisle and Shotgun Bella. She blew the start, but she's rattled home.
Well, horror show to be exact. Nothing went right today, and she was always going to be better suited out over further, but she's really developed into such a beautiful mare this preparation, and surely off that, a win's not far away.
Yeah, she also protested against the second horse over the line, and that was upheld, so she was relegated from 4th to 3rd. Interestingly, Cody Morgan's assessment of her before the race was enormous. She's the top seed for him for the country championships, so really good kick-off point for her.
Yeah, certainly. She looks a lovely mare to follow moving forward. So the 2 horses you want out of Tamworth are Hinto and Shotgun Bella.
Racing on Tuesday came out of Queanbeyan, where we saw ourselves on top of the ground for the first time in a really long time. We raced on a lovely surface of a good 4. And whilst we did think at the start of the day the track was going to really favour the on-speed runners, we saw the first winner get back and run on, and we saw the track race really fair from there on in. Local trainers had a bit of a day out. Paul Fakuri had an excellent day with a couple of winners across the program, and we saw a couple of nice winners, one of his being that Magic Speed. She's a lovely filly going forward. But we found a couple of horses to follow behind the winners. What have you come up with, Grant?
Yeah, I thought Parting the Seas. I did have it on top. Now, I run second. It comes out of the Matthew Kelly stable, and ironically, it ran second behind Chili Crab, who was trained by Bjorn Baker, who on 2 recently had Parting the Seas. But he's picked up a nice horse here, Matt Kelly and the connections. It had a few trials. I thought it battled on really well. It was just draws, wasn't it? One drew just inside the other one and was able to keep it out. But it's on the outside as we pick them up, works hard to the line, and was sort of actually gathering in again on the line, but Chili Crab was a bit too strong. Here they are.
Parting the Seas is in second, Miss Orth, and then came Aquilino. It's Chili Crab, 150 to go. About 2 lengths in front to Parting the Seas. Chili Crab's in front from Parting the Seas. Chili Crab's in front. Chili Crab for Winona Costin all the way. Beat Parting the Seas.
Only a young horse, first start, can take natural improvement, so he might head to Canberra or something in a couple of weeks' time, but Parting the Seas for Moncala.
Yeah, I believe they only picked him up for about $6,000 too, so they nearly have their money back already. The horse I want to follow is a horse called Ken Kerr, which surprises surprises me that I've come up with him to follow. I've been against him most of his career. I think he's been a beaten favourite about 5 times in about 12 starts. And I always questioned his will to win, but today he was first up with a stable change and a few gear changes, and I thought he was very determined in the finish to be able to run second. We'll pick him up now in Rob Potter's green and blue colours.
Out wide, Ken Kerr, that a boy trying to wind up. It's still in front here. Geo Storm with 100 metres left to go, fending them all off from Ken Kerr. Geo Storm's in front. Geo Storm goes all the way. Geo Storm, there's a double to Matt Carl. Beat Ken Kerr.
I couldn't question his will to win then. I thought he knuckled down really well and he needs to go on with it again, but I liked the determination and I think that can be enough to see him get another win on the board soon this preparation. So 2 horses to follow out of this Queanbeyan meeting, Parting the Seas and Ken Kerr.
Grafton racing on Tuesday, the 9th of September. Beautiful conditions. Good to get back to a good track. They raced on the True today, and I thought the track played really good.
I think, Gary, there were horses coming from behind. There was horses racing up on speed, and like you said, we got back to that good 4 surface, which was really nice.
Where did you find one, mate?
Well, I found one in race 3, number 2, Credit Controller. You'll pick her up. She's in the white colours with a lime green cat sitting outside the leader at the 600.
Kobe used the 18 pence and led Credit Controller by 3/4 of a length coming onto the turn. Bodarcy 3 out, Couture 4 out, Deep Stealth on the heels of the leader, then Snow Falcon and Mr. Midnight when they turn. So Kobe into the straight, passes the 300 metres mark. Credit Controller under pressure, still giving chase. Deep Stealth into the clear. Snow Falcon deeper out. So Kobe dropped Credit Controller. Short of 100 to go. Ridden out. So Kobe too good. Beat Credit Controller.
Yeah, I thought that was a good enough run, Gary. Jason Riley's only just had this horse now for the 1 run. Resumed with no trials. She's a horse that generally just sits off the speed and probably looking for 1400. But today, for her to race outside the speed in a 1,000-metre race was probably a best run for quite some time.
The better she gets up in distance, the better she.
Yeah, I just hope they didn't flatten her. I think probably you'll see her perform best at a 3rd or 4th up, and when you see her in a 1400, that's her distance.
Right, I found one in race 5. His little pocket rocket, Foxy Artist from the Matty Dunyard. He was having his first start in a race. He originally drew 16. He came into about 12 or 13. This is a huge run. They had no option but to keep going back to last on him. And you'll pick him up on the home turn. He's on the fence. He gets eventually getting second last. He's with the yellow colours and the red sleeves. You look up how much ground this horse made up down the running.
They turn the corner. Here's Mason, 300 metres out. Better Than Presley, 3 away from the rail. Gives chase. National Interest coming out of the pack is looming up. Better Than Presley and National Interest. National Interest dash past Better Than Presley. First up, National Interest bust the duck. National Interest beat Better Than Presley, followed by Foxy Artist coming from the back.
He was huge, that horse. I reckon going down the back, he'd have been 12 lengths off the leader.
Yeah, Gary, well, the problem with her, he drew that wide gate and he jumped a little bit too quick and he probably didn't have the speed to go across to the front, so they had to drag him right back and he had to go right back to last on him. Yeah. And like I agree with you, he was 12 or 13 lengths off him. And he's only a little small fella, and I thought he made rocket. Yeah, he's a superstar. I thought he made up really good ground.
Superstar?
No, not a superstar. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so not in that sense, but I thought he's a little he's a little beauty, a nice looking horse, and he's definitely a horse to follow.
You follow. You might be far off winning one. A Foxy Artist.
Yeah, can credit Controller for me out of race 3.
They're our Take 2 horses coming out of Grafton's meeting on Tuesday, the 9th of September. Thursday racing at Lismore on the 11th of September. What a brilliant day, and not only that, great to get back at Lismore.
It was. We haven't been here for quite some time, Gary, and the great thing was the track played really well today. As far as horses were up on speed, the surface was very good, and I thought it was a good day.
Yeah, a couple of nice Take 2 horses.
Yeah, mine comes out of race 1, Rockabilly. You'll pick him up. He's in front with the grey colours. Andrew Mallion rides him here.
420 metres left to run. Showed the way onto the bend. Claw Machine in second spot. Headstrong's peeled 3 deep. Magic Sound 4 wide. Clear of Too Hot to Talk. When they reach the 220, Rockabilly led. Headstrong in the centre of the track looms up. Clear of Claw Machine. Too Hot to Talk running on. Headstrong Headstrong going to Rockabilly. 50 metres out. Headstrong's going home the better, and Headstrong beat Rockabilly.
Done a really good job. We spoke to Desley off camera before the race. He's a really nice horse. She's a horse that thinks that he'll get a little bit further down the track, which I think he will. He hasn't really matured yet, but once he develops, he's going to be a really nice horse to follow.
Righto, mine comes out of race 4. She was a debut of Scenes of Omaha from the Matt Dunyard. She's a lovely win there. She watched this filly. We'll pick her up coming to the corner. She's on the fence behind the 2 leaders in the lime colours with the purple stripes. You watch what this filly, when she gets out, what she does down the running.
350 to go. Our Miracle Girl in front. Remo Mia second. Sands of Omaha is into the clear now with a furlong left to run. Our Miracle Girl is under pressure, but the favourite quickly swept past. Sands of Omaha hit the front, is running away, and Sands of Omaha won clearly.
She rode a good race, Jet Newman, on her. She tried to hold him out early and she just took a sit in behind him. But the good thing, Gary, I agree with her. When he let down, she was too good for him.
Yep, she'll be winning plenty more. Mine's Scenes of Omaha. You follow her out of race 4.
Yep, Rockabilly out of race 1 for me.
There are our Take 2 horses coming out of Thursday's meeting at Lismore on the 11th of September.
Take 2 time. Racing was at Hawkesbury this Thursday, the September the 11th. We had 8 races on the card. We actually kicked off on a heavy 8 track, but we had a couple of upgrades throughout the afternoon and ended up on a soft 6. I picked out a couple of horses that I'm keen to follow in the coming weeks. The first horse I want to highlight went around in race number 2 on the program. A Delicious from the Chris Waller stable was resuming from a lengthy spell, was able to sit up outside the lead. I really liked the way she powered away late.
On the bend, 400 metres to run. Hellabella into the straight. Coming off the fence, Delicious is trying to issue a challenger, being nudged away out on the outside behind those Rising Revolution. Hellabella full bore, 200 metres to go. Delicious pins the ears back, comes after it. 150 metres to go. Delicious heads off Hellabella and is starting to edge away. Delicious is too good, wins it well.
Always had a pretty high opinion of Delicious, and I get the feeling she'll be able to work through the grades. I think we'll see her in a black type race in the not too distant future. The next horse I want to follow went around in race number 7 on the program from the Joe Pride stable. Ken Dahlia had come off a win its previous start at Gosford, and again was seen to be hitting the line strong.
Ken Dahlia and Omnic coming down the middle part of the track. It's more voltage well into the straight. 250 metres to go. Mirror Impact's trying to chip into the margin. Ken Dahlia coming off heels. 100 metres to go. Ken Dahlia is starting to drop on them. Mirror Impact coming up the inside, and Mirror Impact's going to surge through, and Mirror Impact has won from Ken Dahlia.
Well, the well-supported Mirror Impact was simply too strong, but I think there'll be another win just around the corner from Ken Dahlia, particularly if she finds herself on a big track, maybe stepping up in distance. So the 2 horses to follow out of this Hawkesbury meeting this Thursday, September 11, Delicious and Ken Dahlia.
Racing at Tuncurry on Friday the 12th of September, it was Cup Day. We had beautiful conditions, strong fields right the way throughout the meeting, and we've found some nice horses to follow.
Yeah, we certainly have, as you said, big fields and strong fields throughout the meeting, and good to see the big dance eligibility added to the Cup. I found one out of race 3. It was Carmine. He was having his first day at the races. Shame about the barrier, but all in all, he was great. You spot him in the orange and blue.
Around the home turn inside the 400, and it's Take a Break and Casey Adams. Emmeline's in pursuit. Underlay is in the clear and closing rapidly. Ariba, Underlay moves up on the outside, puts the neck in front over Emmeline. Take a Break behind those Carmine and the Worry, but it's Underlay in front, streaking away. Underlay by 4 lengths on the outside. Carmine getting home for second.
I thought he was terrific. He was still new. He has a few little quirks, but I dare say he'll be winning a race very quickly. He was a stunner to look at.
Yeah, and I think you just run into a smart one today. My horse to follow comes out of race number 6. It was Keep Adam. He's a horse that likes to find his feet early, and that's exactly what he did. He got well back in the field. You'll spot him weaving a passage through in the purple colours.
Around the home turn in the Bellevue Hotel Golden Mile McQuillan Cup into the straight. Nakodes Binks serving it up to another Peach. Nakodes Binks a neck in front. Another Peach clear of Cat's Quarters, followed by Thieves. Right down the grandstand railers. Great Idea. Also there was the Young Years Mini with a chance. Nakodes Binks in front. Keep Adam. Ben Looker is getting up along the inside. Great Idea the outside. Great Idea. Keep Adam. Great Idea in front. Great Idea wins a length over Keep Adams.
He looked the winner. He was only grabbed over the final stages on a day where it probably favoured to be towards the middle of the track. He made his run back towards the inside, but he's certainly not far off winning another race.
No, he's been racing consistently well all preparation, and Benny gave him a peach steer there.
He did.
He probably deserved to win the race. But the two horses coming out of Tuncurry are Karma and Keep Adam.
Well, there was no shortage of highlights at Goulburn on Friday. We've got to make mention of Poppy Gordon, who was the first ever winner at about start number 9 for her, and she's an apprentice to Brad Widdop, of course, and they were able to win with a nice horse on the way through in Forcefully. The horse that I thought was the horse to follow for mine was Tomcat Flowers. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, it was an excellent return run, actually, for Jared Austin. He threatened all last preparation, but you liked his run today.
Yeah, I did, and it was second up last campaign. It ran a couple of decent races. It hasn't had many starts yet, so you'll probably look for a race for it in the next couple of weeks, but I thought it battled on really well. So our winner was too good, and well done to Poppy. She was pretty excited to work there. No, good to see. So here they are. We'll play because we want to see Poppy ride her first winner again. Here we go.
300 to go. Kagari from Ima Capri. Tomcat Flowers. Forcefully still there out wide, and it's really making a run of it here. Forcefully at the 150. Rushed up, hit the front Kagari, and then came Burning Ambition, but it's Forcefully, and a first winner here for Poppy Gorton. Good on you, Poppy. Has beaten Tomcat Flowers.
Yeah, moments you'll never forget, Poppy, but I thought the horse Tomcat Flowers, I should say, was pretty good there, so it's my take 2 horse.
Yeah, I like one that you're on top selection, actually. Started favourite and Spread the Love. It's for the Danielle C stable, a Champions Thoroughbred horse. Now, he's had the 2 starts. He fell in on debut when a short price favourite on a heavy track, which he never looked totally comfortable on. Obviously came up with another heavy track today. He looked like he was going up and down in one spot. But
kept trying it, didn't he?
Late, yeah, I like the way he jumped down to the ground. So we'll pick him up now in the Champion Thoroughbred colours.
Spread the Love and Lunar Angel down the outside. Give Me Joy had dropped out. So Show Rada Missile Defence and Apparate slipping up the inside, and Lunar Angel and Spread the Love still there as well. So 200 to go. Show Rada Missile Defence, Spread the Love, Lunar Angel out wide. Lunar Angel out wide and Spread the Love with Apparate on the far side. Spread the Love digging in now from Lunar Angel out wide. Lunar Angel and Tegan Martin has beaten Spread the Love.
I liked his little burst late. I think we're going to see a horse to follow when he gets on top of the ground. He clearly doesn't look very comfortable on these heavy tracks. So I think what he's done at his first 2 starts is just a bonus for him going forward.
We've got to make mention, Jeff Crothers had a winning double, Jeff's first ever winning double. He Quinella one race, so well done to him. And one of his winners was ridden by Glenn Carl. He had a good day out as well, 2 wins as well. So a lot of highlights here out of Goulburn, but I don't think any tops when you get your first winner.
No, that's exactly right.
So well done. Yeah, they're our take 2 horses out of Goulburn on Friday.
Take 2 time racing was at Kembla Grange this Saturday, the 13th of September. We had 8 races on the card and we're on a heavy 8 surface. I picked out a couple of horses that I'm pretty keen to follow over the coming weeks. The first horse I want to highlight went around in race number 4. Over the mile, a Welcome Red Sun from the John Thompson stable. She got a long way out of her ground, but watch the way she hits the line out in the centre of the track.
Short of 400 metres left to go. Luna Cruiser still bobbing in the lead. Fire Island trying to pick up on the outsider. Then came next Ocean Mariner. There's no Cosmic Avenger just yet. Welcome Red Sun's winding up out wide. 200 to Rana. Ocean Mariner got to a narrow leader. Welcome Red Sun. Heliconia are chasing hard with Fire Island. Ocean Mariner the leader. 50 metres left to go. Welcome Red Sun won't pick it up, and Ocean Mariner. Ocean Mariner won from Welcome Red Sun.
Well, Ocean Mariner did plenty of work in the run and was simply too strong, but I'm sure you'd agree with me that Welcome Red Sun looks ready to win a race, perhaps over a little further than the 1,600 metres next time round. The next horse I want to highlight went around in the following event, Flying Argento from the Gary Portelli stable. Another one that was beaten for speed, was probably always going to find the 1,600 metres a touch short, but still closed off well.
400 metres left to run. Viest in front of Montego Bay gets into the clear, and Irish Bliss called on her. Super Zagoy's charging home out wide, and then came I've Been Trying her. 250 to go. Viest still just in front, but now Super Zagoy grabbed at her, and I've Been Trying is coming home hard on the outside. I've Been Trying reach the lead with 100 metres left to go. Put pay to Super Zagoy. I've Been Trying coming away. I've Been Trying 2.5. Second was Super Zagoy. Third was Flying Argento.
Well, Flying Argento will be third up next time round, hopefully over the 2,000 metres, where I think we'll go pretty close to winning. So the two horses to follow out of this Kembla Grange meeting this Saturday, the 13th of September, will go with Welcome Red Sun and Flying Argento.
It was Bathurst Cup Day, Sunday the 14th of September. Beautiful day of racing. 7 races on the card. The feature event taken out by Aix-en-Provence for Nassim, Dilmy and Domeland. Book their tickets towards the big dance or the little dance at Randwick on the first Tuesday in November. I found a couple of horses that we can follow coming out of today's meeting. They didn't get the job done today, but I don't think a win will be too far away. The first of them comes up out of race 2, a filly by the name of Fuel Rioja, trained by Annabelle and Rob Archibald. She was on debut today. She trolled up well leading into this. There was a stack of money for her. She started odds on in the end, and she just had no luck in the run. She got shuffled back. I thought the best of her work was late here. She ultimately finishes third behind Wanda.
Onto the home turn, and Kamado leads Wanda. There's a good break back to Furiago, called upon. And it's still a couple of lengths off the leading pair. Kamado, Wanda. Furiago will have a job to catch these. Wanda got the lead. Kamado's fighting back well. Wanda and Kamado. Wanda is getting to a narrow lead now. Wanda comes away to beat Kamado. Furiago ran third.
Look, it was probably a bit of a tough watch if you jumped into the shorts about her today, but given her profile out of those trials, the fact that there was so much support for her, willing to take bad luck, into consideration today. I think if she steps out in the next little while, maybe over the 1,200 again or even a little bit further, the way she finished off that race there indicates that she has a bit of ability and a win won't be too far away. The second horse to follow comes up out of the following event. This was the Tulloch Cup. It was over the 1,800 metres. The horse's name is Final Impact, trained by Michael Mulholland. He's had 4 starts since he came over from New Zealand, this horse. He's finished in the placings on each occasion. Today he just ran his race in patches. He was up on speed, then he sort of drifted back. Ultimately, he's had to make a long, sustained run around them. He flashes late in the red and yellow colours. Another stride, he wins.
Final Impact pulled to the extreme outside. City Gold ready with the leader. Gwendy out wide. Final Impact start to run home fairly well. They're stretched right across the track here. Gwendy gets to a narrow lead. Devil's Daughter and Final Impact's right down the outside. Devil's Daughter, Gwendy, they go to line. Oh, Devil's Daughter maybe over Gwendy. Final Impact.
He's been mixing his distances as well, Final Impact. He's gone 1,600, 1,750, 1,600 and now 1,800. I would imagine he gets up onto a longer distance next time, maybe on a bigger track, somewhere like Dubbo over the 2,200 there would be absolutely ideal. So keep an eye out for him. A win isn't too far away. The 2 horses to follow coming out of Bathurst today, Fuel Rioja and Final Impact.
Sunday racing at Coffs Harbour on the 14th of September. Beautiful conditions and great to be back here at Coffs Harbour for the last 2 meetings, and the track's played good.
Yeah, it's played really well. We've had the cutaway in play, but it's played really fair right the way through. Tricky little meeting today, but I think we've found some nice horses to follow.
Yeah, I like your horse.
Yeah.
He might have a bit of ability.
My horse comes out of race number 3. It was Concoction. He was having his first day at the races today. He was actually first up without a trial. He travels nicely up outside the leader. He actually looks the winner. He's only grabbed right in the last stride. He's in the yellow and green colours.
Concoction is second, working up hard on the outside to be not far away is All Too Foxy. A length and a half send a telegram, followed by She Can Dance, and also there was Release the Wolves. On the outside, All Too Foxy continuing to make ground out deep as Heliophile drops back to the inside, but they've still got to get Magnolia Jewel to the 200. The debutant Concoction issuing the challenge. Send a telegram back on the inside, but Concoction drives to the front. Send a telegram. Magnolia Jewel in for the fight in the middle. A 3-horse war, Concoction, Magnolia Jewel. I think Magnolia Jewel in a photo over either Concoction or Send a Telegram.
I thought he was great. He looked the winner. He was just out-muscled late. He had a bigger weight than the eventual winner, and the winner was rock-hard fit.
He was at 10 months off the scene with not just one solid trial. He's probably pinched in the last 100 metres.
And he'd been trialling really well around the Metropolitan Circuit. Looking forward to him stepping out next. I think he'll take a power beating.
Right, and mine comes out of race 5, Tara Coda. She was huge here today. She'd had one run back. You'll pick her up coming to the home turn. She's running last. She's in the pink and green with a black cap. You watch this mare weave away through the field and hit the line hard.
Into the straight to the 400. Prince Rupert's under pressure. Keiko Say races to the front. Keiko Say by a length dives back to the inside over second Prince Rupert. On the outside was Bondi Prophet, followed by Kickoff, and down the crown of the track is Wing Nut. It's Keiko Say to the 150, full of running. Out by 2 over Wing Nut. Tarakota from last works to be second. Easy win to Keiko Say. Keiko Say has won by about 2 lengths over Tarakota second.
Yeah, the more you look at that, she probably should have nearly won.
Yep.
She got up on heels when Benny had to come back on her when he couldn't get someone to take him into the race. But boy, oh boy, she made up a lot of ground late.
Yeah, I think she'll be suited when she gets back out to 1400
Yeah,
metres
the problem
as well.
is she goes to Grafton, which you'd think the track would suit her, but she gets a bit fiery in the yard.
Okay.
So they've got to try to find somewhere else for her where she's away from her own track. But if they do that, I don't think she'll be far off winning one.
No, and I think the eventual winner goes okay.
For sure. Yeah, Tarakota will do me.
With Concoction.
There are our Take 2 horses coming at a Sunday's meeting at Coffs Harbour on the 14th of September.
Thanks for your company on the program this week. We look forward to you joining us next time around. Hope you found a few winners out of today's show. Thanks for your company. See you soon.